Guys podcast. Here we go. What it do, what it was. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. You live. It's the My Guys podcast. You're here with your boy, PJ P Wave Alfred, here with my guy,
Jay Willie Too Silly. Welcome back. We are keeping it rolling, man.
Indeed.
Episode 14 now?
Episode 14.
Episode 14. Part 1. Keeping it going, man. We at the Thunderdome.
Indeed.
What's the deal, though, man? How you doing?
Man, ready to be back at it. Happy to be back. You know, live. We got on today's docket, we're going to be reacting to Week 8 in the NFL. Of course, we're going to go over some of our staple segments. We got Why You Do Me Like That. God broke me off real bad. Winners. And, of course, wouldn't be the My Guys podcast if we didn't go over the Leroy Jenkins of the week. And with some bad, you also have the good. So we'll also be giving out the Himothy Award for Week 8 as well. Before we get into that, how was your week? It's been a while. Anything exciting in the world happening?
I got the Tulane jersey. I got no.
Yeah, that thing crazy too.
I
told you that thing go crazy.
I got that.
I got a little drip.
Little setup.
I got a little drip. My little One Piece Pirate King. It'll play on Burger King.
What's about?
I want that Luffy.
Yeah. Oh, shout out my boy Boosie, man. My little nephew hooked me up with that. I appreciate you, man.
It's dope. It is.
Shout out Tulane.
It is nice. I like the colorway. I'm not gonna cap.
Appreciate it.
Not gonna color. Somehow Tulane makes green and baby blue work. I don't know how,
crazy, huh?
But they pull it off. The green, it was like green,
crazy.
Baby blue gold.
They got some of the best drip in the college game.
When they was coming up with it, they was like, "Give me some colors." He was like, "Let him." Them things fire though. Them things fire. But well, shit. Nothing for me personally. Did some around the house repairs. I don't know if I talked about my disposal on the last episode or not, but I finally got that fixed. I had to work on the dishwasher. I had to work on my grandma dryer. It's been a busy technical week for your boy. So
yeah, what you and the kids doing for Halloween?
We're gonna go trick or treating in this nice little neighborhood that you might know. We're doing themed costumes. We do a themed costume every year. So we do every kid puts in 2 to 3 ideas, and then I associate it with a bingo ball. I take the bingo balls, process of elimination. Last one standing, that's what we're going to do. It eliminates all the arguing of whose costume we're going to pick, why we pick that idea. So, yeah.
That's smart. That's how you got to do it.
This year, we are Mario. So, me and my son, Mario Luigi. My daughters are going to be Princess Daisy and Rosalie. Peach didn't make the cut. Yeah. It was, Rosalie, I think.
Peach.
No Peach. And my wife is going to be Bowser. That's who she wanted to be.
I love that for her too.
Yeah, which ironic, she actually she likes Bowser.
She chose Bowser?
Yeah, she's a Bowser fan. When we was in Mexico, she bought a Bowser statue. You see, when you come to the house, that Bowser statue, she got that in Mexico, and she has I got her a little Bowser Jr. Plushie that she has in the whip. So it worked out. It worked out great.
That's too funny, bro.
You know,
so you Mario and she Bowser.
No, I'm Luigi.
You Luigi?
Yeah, my son would not let me be Mario.
He's Mario.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Luigi.
That's super cool, bro.
Yeah. And the girls are making their own costumes. We got some dresses and they're kind of doing their own accent things to them to try to make them unique. So
that's dope.
Hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, why the people are actually here, we got Week 8. Week 8 was not only National Tight Ends Day, but it was also Blowout Sunday in the NFL. 11 games won by 10 points or more. And 6 of those games were 20-plus point victories. So a lot of lopsided games. So not good watching of football. But unless you were on the winning side, of course. But as far as just being a fan, wasn't an overly enjoyable Sunday or anything like that. Would you agree?
I mean, it was good for the Texans. You know what I'm saying? Texans actually, even though I didn't pick them, but they got a dub. I mean, Texans are actually trending up. Certain teams are feeling good. The Jets finally got a dub. Unfortunately,
why you
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go there. But at the end of the day, the blowouts are kind of fun to watch. And somebody made a argument the other day, and I wonder if you agree with this.
Talk to me.
The NFL likes these high scoring games, right? Better for ratings, better for
cash.
So guys like Micah Parsons are suffering a lot because they're not calling holding on him. He's getting held a lot. Okay. Certain players, but you still got your Myles Garrett's getting 5 sacks and things like that. But
They still
I
lost.
don't know. Just think about.
They
There's something to
still
think
lost.
about. Like when it comes to.
It's an offensive driven league. I don't think that's a bad take. I just think. What do I think? Because it's I keep saying the word fickle on the show because it's ebbs and flows. You just really don't know. Now, granted, I don't think we've had this many lopsided games in like some years from the NFL, especially just that like no close games except for foreshadowing. But we'll get into that a little bit later. It was still good football for the most part. I mean, I'm gonna watch football regardless. That's what I do know. I'm still gonna watch it. But
a lot of blowouts though. That is true.
We gotta give the people a little check them out update before we get off into the actual show doc. So I'll start off with mine.
Let's get it.
So I crushed last week. So if you played any of the players that PJ P-Wave from the My Guys told you, you had a good day. Bo Nix killed, Brees Hall killed, J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey both killed Dallas. The receivers that I gave you guys were Pittman and T. Higgins. Pittman might have had the catch of the week or catch of the year. Definitely the catch of the week with that one-handed
just
by the pylon and just stuck in there.
Hit him in the chest and stuck there.
Travis Kelce went crazy Monday night. The only one that unfortunately let us down, now granted no one saw this was coming, was the Atlanta Falcons versus the Miami Dolphins. So they got blanked and just blown out of the water. Now, I don't know if that was a Kirk Cousins effect or what that was.
Yeah, that was a weird game. Super weird.
How did you do with check 'em outs last week?
My check 'em outs were pretty good as well. Went with Mahomes, Daniel Jones at quarterback. Both players over 20 points for you in fantasy in most leagues.
Solid.
Running back Judkins and Brees Hall. Judkins got injured early, wasn't able to get a touchdown, which I'm pretty sure he probably would have got. I mean, hard to say.
He was on pace for it at least.
He's on pace, but and then Brees Hall went insane. Against the Bengals. Wide receivers T Mac had about 9 catches for about 90 yards.
Solid day.
Diggs wasn't the top receiver. Kayshon Boutte was, but Diggs was able to get a touchdown.
Do you think Bootie's taking the role?
1A, 1B, in a sense.
I was gonna say 1B and B2.
1B, B2.
Because they're not on like Jamar Chase, T Higgins level or AJ Devontae. So it's
1B, 2B.
Two wide receiver twos that just so happen to occasionally be a wide receiver one. That's all.
Because they have an MVP caliber quarterback now.
Ooh.
Also
MVP
caliber. I mean, he's in the race.
Facts.
Yeah.
I just feel like that was bold topic to say Drake May is the MVP.
MVP caliber.
Caliber. You did say caliber. True.
Yeah.
Maybe that's me been too much in it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
How else you do?
Tight end, I had Schultz. Did not do well. Actually, everybody except for Schultz went crazy. It was Jalen Noel.
Woody Marks, Woody
Marks.
Higgins. Didn't Higgins score?
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson. Or did both? Was it both?
Yeah. All three. Well, Jalen Noel didn't score, but he had a lot of receiving yards.
Okay.
But nonetheless, everybody was on the Texans offense, but Schultz. And then
it's nice with no Nico's there. You said it to me, so I'll actually pose it to you on the pod. Are the Texans better without Nico Collins? For my residential Texans fan.
I didn't say that specifically.
No, you didn't. No, I'm saying
I said
that's why
CJ Stroud better without Nico Collins. That's a big difference.
That is what you said. Fact.
That's a big difference.
So let me rephrase the question.
Yeah.
Is CJ Stroud better without Nico Collins?
Now, the reason I brought that up is because he spread the ball a lot more and was able to find a lot of success.
So no tunnel vision.
More success than he's had most of this season.
I mean, for sure. Except for that 1-5.
There was no Nico Collins in sight. We talked about it before, and we say it all the time. CJ Stroud has a tendency to hyper-target Nico Collins. Even when the coverage may not call for that, he may be covered, he's going to throw it to him anyway. And I think that's a detriment to CJ Stroud's overall capability because he's shown that he's able to scan the field well, make the right decision, get the ball out quick. That's where he's good at.
So that's more of a CJ Stroud problem than a Texans or a Nico Collins problem, you would say. So it's up to CJ to not force the ball and to, hear me out, utilize Nico as a distraction more to get the ball to other guys.
Just don't force it to Nico if it's not there. I mean, get it to him when it is there, but there's no need to force it to him.
I mean, maybe he will because Nico's hurt, and so maybe he does have a little bit more trust. Maybe. I mean, it's only a week.
Like I said, that week without Nico may have opened his eyes. Maybe he feels, oh wait, I have been tripping. Like, have that eureka moment.
I'm not mad at it. I am not mad at it.
I'm just saying, I think that was just something that glared out to me. It's like, dang, he's actually spreading the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm with it. Was that all your check them out? Who's your deep? Did you
my defense was Indianapolis Colts.
Solid.
Tennessee, man, it was good.
Tight end?
Yeah.
Oh, you said Schultz.
Yeah. So man, we doing pretty good with these check them out. As a matter of fact, to let y'all know, we're gonna start dropping those. You said that we're gonna do
Sunday morning. Yeah, we're gonna do little shorts. Peep the My Guys Pod on TikTok. We're gonna try to go live. We're gonna play with some new features. Look, keep in mind, y'all, we are definitely new to this video game.
We're growing, man.
Yeah, we're trying to grow. We're trying to figure it out. Y'all stick with us through the process. But moving forward, as of now, we will both be throwing out. We're gonna put out our check them out lineups for you guys on Sunday mornings. So stay tuned to that, and depending, we'll probably ping pong back and forth, but you could see us going live, filtering questions. If you might have some start-sit questions, just want to get our opinion, we definitely don't mind just trying to be another voice of reasoning for you while you mull over those decisions.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess it's that time. These aren't the players that helped you. These are the players that hurt you. This is slowly climbing the charts. It's not going to overtake the number one segment, which is Leroy, but it's coming close. It's coming close. It is time for the... Why you gotta do me like that? So these are the players that unfortunately let us down and did not come through in the clutch for us this past week. Starting off at the quarterback position, we had Baker, who could not find the oven. Less than 5 points, even though they got the dub. Dak was terrible. Caleb Williams, also terrible. From a running back, we have 2 first-time appearances by CMC, as well as Bijan Robinson. So first-time appearances. I don't think they'll be here for too long. Judkins, you also mentioned him, also Scatterboo. Now, those both come with a little bit of an asterisk. How you do an asterisk symbol with your fingers? I'm trying. I don't know. They come with a little they come with a little asterisk because both got hurt. Now Scatterboo, let me hold on. Let me cue it up. Season ending, man, and a devastating one at that. Very similar to the Tyreek Hill injury we saw earlier. It just sucks because the Giants finally, after losing Neighbors, had some things going. And it's tough, man. And the kid is very likable. Like, he has a lot of energy. He seems like a funny dude. And it just sucks to see something like that happen.
For sure.
Other running backs that hurt you this week was Rachaad White, Mason from the Minnesota Vikings. Another frequent flyer is AK-44. That's Alvin Kamara. If you don't know, Ramondre's back. And before I chop up his name again, you're at Warren.
Jaylen Warren.
Jaylen Warren, because in the pre-show, y'all, I could not get this guy's first name for the life of me. Jaylen Warren also on the tail end of that. Yeah. From a wide receiver and pass catcher standpoint, wide receivers and tight ends that let us down. Ibuka, Cortland Sutton, frequent flyer, Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman might not be the wide receiver one that we thought he was going to be unless he ends up having that breakout season towards the back end. But it's looking like the Khalil Shakir Shore over there. And he's just going to be targeted, but he's not going to be the guy.
Yeah, and then again, Shakir is kind of an after the catch kind of player. He's not going to be the player I think is going to give you consistent weeks of fantasy relevance.
That's a good point.
But he will give you those boom weeks as well. You also have Kincaid taking up targets, and even Knox. Dawson Knox still gets a bit of targets.
He's still in there. The problem is you really only want 2 to 3 players. I mean, I don't mind starting Kincaid in the tight end climate, but some tight ends are starting to separate themselves.
For sure.
But it's Josh Allen and James Cook. Those are the only people you can start with confidence. Like, I know.
That's a 2-headed monster.
Yeah, for sure. Finishing out the wide receivers, Quentin Johnson, still recovering from the injury, Jerry Jeudy, Juwan Jennings, and Matthew Golden, which Matthew Golden could be even falling further down this list because, as you talked to me earlier, with the return of Christian Watson coming back, the emergence of Tucker Kraft, they just might not need him. So they might just
They got dubs. They just got
they just have so many
much
weapons.
going on.
So he might get pushed back. Don't be looking for those. Now he might have a big week here and there, but it's going to be no way to predict it.
Again, it's just Love and Jacobs in this situation as well.
And Kraft. Tight ends, Fergie made the list. Jeremy talked about Schultz. And of course, he has his own sit-in section in the Why You Do Me Like That. Mark Andrews, once again. And
he got a section?
I mean, he got his own section. Him, what's my boy? I just said his name.
Kamara?
Yeah, Alvin Kamara. There it is. They got reserve seat. You know, when you go to the bar, you see that little gold tab for Jake Moody, or I don't know what Jake Moody was the random name I chose, but he's been going to that bar for 30 years. That's where them boys are at.
That's crazy because I was thinking about that too. Is like, when it comes to if you've been on Why You Do Me Like That so long, it's almost like, why you still doing yourself like that? Why you putting them in your lineup? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a very fair question, and I can attest to that because
you didn't put BTJ in there, did you? Or they was on bye?
Well, they were on bye.
He should have been in there on bye.
Hey, when I say we're making the nameplate for him, we got a nameplate getting carved out
on his bye week.
and you know, him and Marv, they might be getting nameplates right there.
MHJ?
Yeah. Now, for the Alvin Kamara,
Kyler Murray?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's rough. Well, they play Dallas, so maybe they'll get up out of there next week. Foreshadowing. But to your point, like I am one of those guys who still had to play AK-44 because I'm in a 14-team keeper league. I just don't have any other options. It was either AK or Ramondre for me this week. I went with AK.
Why didn't you get Vital?
I didn't have a chance. He got swiped.
Oh, couldn't get him off.
Because the number one team in the league hadn't picked up nobody, had waiver priority 1.
And he took that one.
It happens.
That's crazy work.
But wrapping up, Why You Do Me Like...
richer.
Huh?
The rich get richer.
I mean, that's me in the Eastside Pro League. Gang, gang. But that wraps it up with, defenses, Cincinnati, Chicago, and Atlanta. Unfortunately, those were the teams and players that... They let us down. They did not come through in the clutch. They did not hold it down. So while we are on this streak, before we get to a little bit of good news, it is time for the number one segment, quickly climbing the charts of the podcast world. It's going to become the number one segment in the United States. It is And just to spread a little light on this, so this award we give out weekly, guys. For any of you guys new that are tuning in, we hand out the Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins, it's a viral clip from back in the day. Basically, it's a team group. They're getting ready to go conquer this boss. And some guy jumps the gun and completely just throws everything. He screwed up. He messed up. And there's no coming back. And this week's Leroy Jenkins Award goes to none other than, close to my heart, the Cincinnati Bengals. The defense specifically, by allowing the winless, I'm about to go off for a little bit.
Okay, go ahead, man.
The winless New York Jets to make a fourth quarter drive with no Garrett Wilson, no receivers that we can name, a defense in shambles. But guess what? You were playing the Bengals, so hey, here's a dub for you. There were so many bad possessions or defensive alignments on that last possession. It drove me crazy. I told you a little bit. I don't know if I'm all the way calling for his head, but it might be time to just move around from Zach Taylor. I just don't know if the team cares anymore. Or if it's just because there's no Joe Burrow. I mean, Joe Burrow makes Zach Taylor look like a great coach. That's really what it comes down to. It could be the Peyton Manning rule. What is his name? Adam Geis. Remember Adam Geis?
Yeah.
Remember who his quarterback was for like 12 years? Everybody was like, well, we need that guy as a head coach. And he has never been good. He went to Miami, failed. He went to the Jets and failed. It could just be that. Good quarterbacks make coaches look great.
That's true. But they did say Peyton Manning used to almost run the damn meetings in the coach's office.
So, Week 8 award from the My Guys podcast, the Leroy Jenkins. Goes out to the Cincinnati Bengals, specifically the defense. Joe Flacco and the offense, they did everything they could. Can't play both sides of the ball. We all aren't Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are booed. I mean, honestly,
sad.
As a Bengals fan, I'm pretty sure you were booing them.
Hell yes. Sure. I mean,
It's frustrating. You have a
It's
lead
the
like
third.
that.
Yes. If we weren't like honestly handling like it should have been like blowout Sunday, like the rest of these games were.
Yeah.
But when you got a defense as bad as Cincinnati's, they give you a chance. They can't tackle. That's their biggest problem. They don't tackle. Well, one of the biggest problems, tackling, and I feel like they're out of position a lot. And I don't know if it's that new coach we got, the new DC. They just can't figure out the good scheme.
They don't got the guys.
They definitely don't have the guys. Now, look, this could be what everybody told me. Like, everybody was like, oh, you got your receivers, you got your quarterback. But what about the other side? Well, guess what? Rent's due. And we ain't got the money. We ain't got no goddamn money.
Rent's due.
We ain't got shit. We see that low. We see that, what you call, the super or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And then we just, I tell it the other way because we ain't got no money for you, cuz. I got nothing for you. But that is the Week 8 Leroy Jenkins.
That's hilarious, man. And at the end of the day, you got to remember, bro. And people forget this, dog. Just like Jamar Chase is an extremely talented receiver, there's an extremely talented defenders over there. On
the other side.
Yes. Those defenders are just as valuable. And if you want to invest your whole bank into your offense, and you like, you know what? They gonna be all right.
Especially when I'm getting hurt.
Better.
Yeah.
We're gonna let's go ahead and run into the season. We'll see how they do.
It's tough. It's tough.
Belt to ass.
BTA, brother.
Okay, anyway.
Look, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Hey, I love it, man. It's fun. It's part of the game.
It is.
It's part of the game.
Well,
they made Breece Hall look like a freaking Saquon Barkley out there.
I mean, look, if somebody that's trying to get traded, boy, could you have not put on a better performance for your suitors? He even threw a touchdown.
Saquon
that he changed his mind about, but then I think it was DJ Turner turned his back to him, so he's like,
yeah, Mason Taylor.
It is what it is. Head top. Head top. Facts.
Yes, sir. That's funny, yo. Shout out to Bengals, man. Leroy Jenkins of the week. Bengals defense, specifically.
Well, you know what that sound means. It's time to jump off into that rapid recap. And I will get it popping. I will start it off. Right out of the gates, we had Thursday Night Football last week where the Chargers started off the theme for the Sunday. Blowout Sunday started early. 37-10 over the Vikings. Carson Wentz went down and is likely out for the rest of the season as well. So just in time for J.J. McCartney to get back. The Chargers are rolling. Just like you talked about earlier, Vidal has come in and picked up and instantly just taken over the number one spot. Justin Herbert continues to dominate. Matthew McConaughey, Ladd McConkey. I don't know how that came. Ladd McConkey starting to reassert himself as the ultimate number one. Him and Keenan. I do think Keenan will still be the most targeted, but I think Ladd will probably give you the biggest plays. While huge Quinn Johnson is hurt. So if he gets back healthy, this could change, but Chargers were dominant. Vikings, we'll see if anything's going to change with McCarthy coming in. So see if he learned something.
Miraculous recovery for JJ, huh?
Yeah, well, I think he has been healthy the past 2 weeks, but they've been letting him sit to learn because I don't think he grasped the O'Connell offense.
I just think it was crazy that they still sent Wentz out there.
Banged up.
Hobbled. They like, yeah, you still better than JJ.
I was about to say, does that speak to where JJ is? On to the next. I'll let you get it.
On to the next one, man. We got the Dolphins heading into Atlanta to put BTA. Straight up. I mean, nobody saw this coming. I did call that Tua would have a bounce back game. I thought the Falcons would actually play with them, and it would be maybe a high scoring game. But no, Falcons offense could not do anything with Kirk Cousins leading them. Bijan even had a bad day,
which is crazy against one of the worst deep rush defenses in the league.
So
remember,
Dolphins went and talked to the Buddha at the top of the mountain, and they came back and did some things on offense. Tua threw 4 touchdowns?
He did.
Jeez Louise, guys.
Crazy.
Are the Dolphins back?
No. Fuck no. Absolutely not.
The Falcons just
the Falcons
that volatile.
Remember, they lost 30-0 to the Panthers.
Super volatile team.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind later in the year when maybe the Falcons are on a good tear, and you're like, man, they Super Bowl.
Yeah, facts. I'm gonna throw another one of those asterisks out there. Kirk Cousins also was there, so they had no Michael Penix, they had no Drake London this game. Yeah. So obviously those are two huge pieces to what they do offensively.
True.
So we'll see if they get back to some normalcy whenever they get back.
On to the next.
bringing it back where that boy Snoop Huntley led the Ravens 30-16 over the Bears. Very, very, very low game for the offense for the Bears. They could not figure it out. The Ravens look like the Ravens a little bit. Now, granted, no Lamar, so you didn't get the big plays, but the offense at least looked good. Now,
Lamar
granted,
should be back this week.
and he is coming back for Thursday. Derrick Henry, the running game is kicking
Today?
on. Huh?
Today, Thursday?
Today is Thursday. Yeah, when we actually, yeah, you're sure right. Tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight. Because tonight will be. Hold on, look.
We'll be covering that later in the show, y'all, so stay tuned.
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. But Ravens hold off the Bears 30-16. Obviously, this is great news for your Zay Flowers owners out there, even the Derrick Henry owners out there. When Lamar comes back, Derrick Henry is going to be better. I think maybe Mark Andrews could try to figure something out. We'll see how it goes. But that's it. On to the next.
On to the next one. Next game of the week, guys. We got one segundo. Who we got next week?
I'll get you. I'll let you go to the next one. We got the Bills dominating 40-9 over the Panthers. Now, this is the Bryce Young-less Panthers, but the Bills needed to bounce back week. Both of us were very adamant about the Bills coming in and taking care of business, especially with the emergence of the Patriots. You can't drop these type of games in these type of situations. So Josh Allen, but really the James Cook show, foreshadowing, dominated this Panthers defense, and they couldn't do anything. More domination.
Yeah.
On to the next.
On to the next, man. Josh Allen and Josh Allen had 3 touchdowns.
But not a lot of passing yards, if I remember right.
16.
But his passing yards was like under 200 or something,
163.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't get the production, especially from your receivers, that you would have wanted. Keon Coleman. But like I said, this team, everything funnels through Josh Allen and James Cook. So once they get started, they'll see if they need to even use the rest.
Next game, we got the Jets at the Bengals. Bengals actually showed out this game early. Big plays from T. Higgins. Chase Brown has a big day, 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, I don't think he gets a touchdown, but still has a lot of yards and catches.
15 fantasy points.
Still a good day. But late in the game, the Jets found a way to stride back and get in this game. Breece Hall has a day.
Ridiculous.
Mason Taylor even gets a touchdown.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, even Isaiah Davis, backup running back, somebody you should pick up, especially with the Breece Hall trade looming. Jets gets their first win of the season, maybe their only win of the season. Shout out the Jets, man. On to the next. Let's go.
Wow. I know I'm supposed to be up. I'm so bad.
We actually will not have a 0 win.
No winless team.
Yeah.
So what is it? I can't remember what year. 2016 Detroit Lions can pop that champagne. Or do you pop champagne or you just crack a beer when you win 0-16? Anyway, real quick, before I actually get into this game, you just brought up something very important to me. Trade deadline is coming up next Tuesday. So keep in mind, like Jeremy said, those Isaiah Davises, some of those running backs that are on the bubble to possibly get traded, y'all might want to pick up some of those running backs.
Speaking of, did you pick him up in your league that you don't have no running back? Your keeper league?
I just picked up, I have to pull it up.
Pick up Isaiah
I'll say, yeah. He wasn't available. There's 14 players in there. There's no fucking body available over there. Nobody, bro. I think I picked up, Devin Singletary. That's my big waiver wire. Yeah. Devin Singletary, baby.
Let's
Boom.
go.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Lock him in.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Lock him up. You seen that shit? Lock him up.
On to the next is a little team swap here. The Texans, 26-15 over the San Francisco 49ers. The offense was non-existent from San Francisco, especially in the first half. I believe the time of possession was like 20-5 or something at the end of the first half. Something crazy. So basically, San Francisco just never got a chance. They couldn't figure out a way to
be
on the field. This is how you end up with a subpar day from Christian McCaffrey. Mac Jones looked god awful. This is kind of the Mac Jones people thought he was, who he hasn't been, but that's who you saw. Terrible game from your pass catchers and everybody from a San Francisco standpoint, honestly. Just bad all around. We already talked about Nico coming back next week for the Texans. I think Kirk might be back too next week.
They're both back.
We'll see if CJ Stroud can keep this momentum going. The division is not just y'all's. The Colts are dominating, so they got to put some games together to see if they're going to get back into this divisional race.
For sure. Texans offense actually looks decent in this one. Woody Marks,
Woody Marks
Texans
looks good.
receivers
Yeah, because Joe Mixon isn't
trending
playing
up.
this year.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon isn't playing. On to the next.
All season, you don't think?
No, he's not playing.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you.
On to the next one.
What's the point? At this point, stay your ass home.
Oh, by the way, Vegas was on that game for some reason. Vegas
And PJ.
had the Texans
Favorite.
favorite. Crazy.
So did PJ.
So did
He's
PJ.
playing that.
Shout out. Next game, we got Browns headed to the Patriots. The on fire Patriots. Jeez Louise, 6-2. Drake May's looking like an MVP
I knew you
candidate.
was going to say.
Don't forget I mentioned that he was the guy. But anyways, I didn't even get him in my own league. A listener of our podcast took him from me.
So you right.
I love it though. That's part of what I do, man. It's all love.
That's what happens.
That's why I'm happy he listened to our podcast.
That's true. Thank you.
But on another note, Patriots put the BTA on the Browns. Patriots defense is actually a really good fantasy defense. I don't know if you knew that. They're number 1 rated in our league.
Oh, wow.
They're a good scoring defense.
I'm about to say they've been scoring. That's why.
Yeah, not a lot from Ramondre Stevenson. I think even Travion got a couple nice runs.
Yeah, I think he had 75 rushing yards this game, actually.
He dropped, but he did drop a fumble and lose it.
Shocker.
But yeah, Patriots are looking like a strong playoff team this year.
Myles Garrett, 5 sacks for nothing. For nothing.
Kept Cleveland Browns defense actually viable in fantasy too.
You know, before I even say, I know you were about to say on to the next. The crazy thing, they've already named Dylan Gabriel as the starter.
For next week?
Yeah, they did it like after the game. The Shedeur Sanders hate is crazy at this point. Like, you're going into a bye week.
How much worse could he do?
Yeah, but this is the other thing. You're not even going to leave it open for an evaluation. Like, you don't have to say it. You could just be like, hey, we got the bye week coming up. We'll monitor it. They're like, nope, Dylan's the guy.
There's always more to the story.
Yeah, he's getting fired at the end of the season. Kevin Stefanski.
Oh, for sure.
He's gone.
For sure.
Him and Mike McDaniels, they can go have lunch together.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next.
Stuff on you.
That would be me. We had an interdivisional rivalry in the NFC East between the Giants and the Eagles. This is where the Giants unfortunately lost that boy Scatterboo. Eagles dominate 38-20. The return of Saquon Barkley, guys. Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back. Hey, we play football around here. I believe it was the second play of the game. He had a 60-plus yard touchdown run.
Nice to see.
And even Tank Bigsby came in and gave him 100 yards. I'm not going to say off the bench, but, second tier. So the Eagles' run game came. The passing play-action game was there, even with no A.J. Brown. Eagles are starting to get back into form.
Jalen Hurts.
I mean, I know I'm early, but it's not a wild thing to say we could have another Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl.
Somebody told me that the other day.
3 years in a row would be insane.
It's possible.
It's very possible.
Very possible.
But, I mean, at this point, on the other side of the ball, I mean, obviously you would want to pick up some names like Tyrone Tracy. He's probably going to be their number 1. Devin Singletary, if you're struggling. Goddamn. And Wan'Dale Robinson? What pass catcher do you like best from the Giants?
Probably Wan'Dale.
Wan'Dale?
Slayton is
hit or miss.
Streamable.
Yeah.
It would have to be Wan'Dale.
I agree.
Unfortunately.
Let's keep it moving. On to the next.
On to the next
interdivisional
one.
game.
Buccaneers at the Saints. This game was a heartbreaker in a sense. I mean, I figured the Buccaneers would win. This was a good game for Baker Mayfield, a stat pad, I felt like, but
Good matchup.
offense really couldn't get much going, honestly. They tried. There was one sequence where they went for it 4 times in the red zone.
Nothing.
4 straight runs, nothing, right? Gave them the ball back. I think they got the ball back. They get down there again. Then they tried 2 more runs, but then they finally got in the 7th time. It's like,
Spencer started this game too, right?
if at first you don't succeed, try and 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 try again, and then you'll get it. That's literally how it was. But hey, Buccaneers defense held it down. I think they had 2 scores this game, but they took 1 away.
And one guy had both of them, didn't he? Didn't he? That's the defensive lineman. I think he had a fumble recovery and like an interception.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on his. I mean, it was weird. But Spencer Rattler started this game, right? And he just Tyler
Shaw is a new starter.
Yeah,
for the rest of the season.
Rest of the season too.
They said for the rest
I mean, they might as well because they're not making the playoffs. Let's see what we got from this guy.
they're
And
probably
if not,
being in the market again.
they'll be a top 7. Let's say top 7 pick for sure.
Anyways, Buccaneers get the dub. On to the next. They have a stranglehold on
Does
this
Kamara
division.
get traded? Yes or no?
I hope so. I hope so. That
You didn't even answer my goddamn question.
I hope he do.
I said yes or no.
Oh, you saying okay? No, I say no.
I do too.
I hope he does though.
I hope he does too, but I don't think they will. Kind of what you was telling me yesterday, how he's just such a staple in the city and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's New Orleans, man. It's the gold teeth. It's the whole New Orleans style. Kool-Aid McKinstry got the same.
I mean, he definitely got the.
They where they belong at, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. On to the next. We had the Dallas Cowboys take a L to the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix did not need a miraculous comeback in this one. They just dominated from jump. They were just really outclassed in this game. So these are the games to me where Denver could like really take the leap, because that defense and Patrick Surtain got banged up early in this game, and they still found a way to dominate like this. So that's what makes, to me, Denver a very scary team. Maybe win that AFC East, as predicted. But Bo Nix is starting to look great, even though he seems very volatile, like hit or miss. Bo Nix loves big games. That's what I have figured out. He plays down at the weaker competition, but when he got a game, he is locked in. Like, he is locked in. So it's
he plays to his competition.
Yes, he plays down to competition and plays up to competition, 100%. I still think Cortland Sutton is a great play. I will say, keep an eye on Troy Franklin. He could be a sneaky ad for a wide receiver too in a good offense. Now, they do have the 2 running backs and Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is not taking any touchdowns away. He's going to take receptions and opportunities away, but not touchdowns. So
we doing a recap.
Just something to monitor. Huh?
This the recap. You sound like you.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Giving out advice for the next week.
So you're right. On to the next. Keep me in line. That's what you're here for.
All right, on to the next. Titans and Colts. Colts still well-oiled machine. This team is as good as can possibly be. I feel like for a team.
Jonathan Taylor.
Actually, I watched a video of the owner, and she was talking about how she's listening in on a headset.
Yeah, taking notes.
If I was a coach for that team, boy, I'd be pissing in my pants half the time, because I know if I'm fucking up, she listening. She gonna fire me, bro.
I like it.
But low key, the Colts are. Jonathan Taylor,
MVP.
Daniel Jones, the O line, the defense is good.
Jonathan Taylor, you the real MVP.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to beat this team. I think they're
complete.
They're gonna be a force come playoff time, as long as they can stay healthy.
Indeed.
38-14. On to the next.
In the baby Aaron Rodgers Bowl, Aaron Rodgers faced his former team, the Green Bay Packers, but he could not get it done. The steel curtain falls 35-25 to the Pack show. We talked about it earlier. Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs, Tucker Kraft. Those are the 3 primary Packers you want to play, because you just don't know when those receivers are going to hit. On the other side, really just A-Rod, depending on matchup, DK, and Jaylen Warren. Look at me go.
You playing DK every week.
Every week. But that's really it. Packers are starting to look good. Defense is starting to find their footing. So we'll see if they can sustain that long term in that tough division.
This is probably the best I think the Packers offense looked all season.
I would even say,
other than the Cowboys game. But then again,
that's a Cowboys defense. So
yeah. But yeah, I like the Packers that game.
All right. Wrap it up for us. Monday night.
For us. We got Monday night. Commanders at Chiefs. Commanders really stood no chance in this one.
No Jaden Daniels.
But Mariota has been good this season, but it just didn't seem like they couldn't get anything going on this Chiefs defense. Mahomes, looking like Mahomes. Rashee Rice had a great day. 9 catches and a touchdown.
This running Mahomes is scary, bro.
Running Mahomes, I'm telling you, I peeped it early in the season, week 1 and 2, when he just seemed like he had a little more speed. Like, he'd been training on his speed all offseason. And he looked faster than he's ever looked in his career.
I agree.
Same thing I would say about Justin Herbert too. Both of them dudes' running style has improved.
Came back with something to prove.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, that wraps it up for the rapid recap for this week in the NFL. Of course, we had a couple teams that were on bye, which we alluded to and told you guys about last week. Lions, Rams, Raiders, Jags, Seahawks, and Cardinals. No games this week. So that wraps it up for the Week 8 rapid recap. We appreciate that, y'all. Yeah. Let's keep this thing chugging along as I pull up the dock of shows here. I think you're up, my guy. You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
Yeah. What we got?
It's only one thing to do. We talked about the bad. Now we got to talk about the good, baby. These players got you dubs.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah. All right, so look, I'm gonna pull up my notes right one time.
What you got for me? What you
So
got?
the players that broke you off real bad last week. So most of these players, if you had them on your roster, you probably won your game. Lucky you. You definitely don't want the why you do me like that, guys, because you probably lost in that sense, right? So these guys broke you off. You excited about? I know at quarterback you got Pat Mahomes, you got Daniel Jones, you got Justin Herbert, which are names that you normally hear, but guys like Tua, what is he doing on that list? Jordan Love makes the list this week.
Tua's first time too, right?
No, I don't think it was his first time.
The second time.
But he definitely been on Why You Do Me Like That more than he been on this one. So take that how you will. All right. So yeah, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Drake May, and Tua.
Like it.
Running backs. Jonathan Taylor again, 3 Tutty Taylor. James
That's
Cook.
a great nickname.
3 Tutty Taylor.
That's a great nickname.
James Cook, 200 yards.
3 Tutty Taylor. That was
3
tough.
Tutty Taylor,
That was tough.
baby.
I ain't gonna care. That was tough.
Saquon back on the list. Brees Hall, and then RJ Harvey, top 5.
3 Tutty Harvey.
3 Tutty Harvey.
It don't got that ring. It don't ring like it. Yeah.
3 Tutty Taylor, what they call him.
I like it.
All right, look. Let's go. Wide receivers. Troy Franklin,
Okay.
number 1 in our league
On the week?
on the week.
Wow.
Khalil Shakir makes the sighting. Jalen Waddle, who I think is trending up big time. Rasheed Rice, trending up. And then Michael Pittman, also trending up.
Yes.
So these are your guys that broke you off real bad at receiver. You had these guys in your lineup. You probably won your week. Again, tight end, Tucker Kraft goes insane. Travis Kelce has a day. Omar Gatson.
Your guy.
Is that his name, Omari?
It's Omari.
Omar.
Yeah, it's like
Omar
Omari.
Gatson.
Yeah.
Number 3 tight end on the week, Dallas Goddard. Or is it Goddard?
Got it.
Goddard.
You say got it. I say Goddard.
And then Harold Fannin Jr., y'all.
Shout out tight ends on National Tight End Day.
Tight ends went insane on National Tight Ends Day. And then for defenses, Tampa Bay went insane. We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
One guy almost had 2 tutties. Buffalo defense actually went in. The Chargers defense, New England's defense, and Kansas City.
Shout out. Love it.
So those are the ones that broke you off, man.
Gotta love it.
You know what
Without
I'm
those
saying?
guys, we can't win fantasy games. So keep doing what you're doing and stay off the other list. That's all we want y'all to do.
Yeah, we don't want to see none of y'all names on Why You Do Me Like That next week, bro.
Indeed.
consistent.
So we got 2 more segments to wrap up before we get out of here for today.
Yep.
Of course, we had a couple winners that you actually mentioned that did the thing, but there can only be one.
Timothy Hernandez.
Only one.
Who's that?
Hernandez. Because you can call me.
And for the Week 8 My Guys pod, Timothy Hernandez, man,
Yes, I am.
goes to the none other than James Cook. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
James cooking 41 points in the Eastside Pro League, depending on your format. Now, I can't not do an honorable mention, or I can't not do an honorable mention for, what's his name again?
3 Teddy Taylor.
3 Teddy Taylor. That's tough.
3 Teddy Taylor.
40 points in the My Guys League. So shout out to those RBs holding it down, being the backbones of teams, and honestly getting people dubs.
Yeah.
And, just keeping it pushing. So I like to see it.
Absolutely.
You love to see it. Well, before we get out of here for today, I think we should just preview Thursday Night Football.
For sure.
We got a late taping this week, as you said. It is Thursday, so we're gonna try to get this out for y'all as soon as we can. But life be lifing sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. We got the Ravens at the Dolphins tonight. 2 sub 500 teams. 2-5 for the Ravens. 2-6 for the Dolphins. But
Let me switch my screen one time.
all right, we got the return of Lamar Jackson. Obviously, I'm on the Ravens when it comes to that. Is it safe to say that you are in the same boat?
Yes, because I think that the Ravens, I told you this off camera, but I think the Ravens have a viable chance to completely win out
Oh yeah,
and still make the playoffs. Right now they are 2-5.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Packers, Steelers. So I think there's what?
Two hard games?
3 or 4. Yeah. I mean, I would say the Steelers.
The Steelers-Bengals games could be because of the divisional shit.
And the Patriots are.
Patriots and Packers. It's a pretty favorable rushing schedule, too.
It's a favorable matchup.
Go back down. Scroll back down.
What you got?
Damn, that's a nice rushing schedule. You might want to try to trade for Derrick Henry if you can.
That's what I'm saying.
That is nice.
With Lamar back now, I think the offense is literally restarted.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson's just that dynamic of a player. And then Dolphins, I don't know, man. They're at home. I think I'm going with the Ravens.
I am also on the Ravens. I mean, in regards to players, is there anybody that you're worried about? Like, are you going to sit? You're not going to sit H.N., especially against the Ravens D. You're not sitting Waddle, I don't believe. Tua?
Nah, H.N.'s playing. Waddle is definitely a play.
Yeah, like.
Because the Ravens' pass defense has not been that great. Marlon Humphrey's having a horrible season. I mean, you got Wiggins over here who's actually playing decently, but I don't know.
Okay.
I would rather. I'm playing Waddle. I'm playing A-Chain. Tua is a possible play.
I think so.
I think possible play here.
All right, hold on. Let me see who's all on bye before I actually say that. Before we wrap. Oh, I'm already have this page up. I'm sorry. I got a new computer, y'all. So y'all gotta please bear with me.
Look, Dolphins actually have a decent nickel corner. Taper expectations for Zay Flowers.
Yeah, but who's on bye? Okay. Jets. So you're losing Justin Fields, Baker, Jalen Hurts this week. All right. Now, okay. Tua could be an option. Because those are a lot of players that are started
consistently.
But if I just do a quick scheme, Cardinals, Cowboys, I'll take Kyler and Dak over that. But I might take him over Mariota. No. Okay, Tua's playable. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I like it.
Would you play him over Sam Darnold? Probably not.
No, because they got Washington this week, I believe,
Daniel Jones,
right?
probably not.
No. Daniel Jones. Who did the Colts have this week?
You play him over J.J. McCarthy.
Yes. Nah, damn. I don't know. Jettis and Addison are killing right now.
That's true.
So,
but
McCarthy has been inconsistent, to say the least. Yeah.
He hasn't been great. But then again, he could be good. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I
think given Sunday, bro.
Yeah, I think I personally might just... Oh, God. Any given Sunday. Yeah, I don't know who has more upside now that I'm just sitting here playing it back and forth. Gun to my head, I think I might go with McCarthy. I think he has more upside because I think he has two better receivers.
There it is.
That's it. Episode 1-4 in the books. Episode 1-5 coming to y'all later. That's where we're going to predict the games. Obviously, we're going to get into what we like coming up for week 9. Of course, we'll have some check 'em out plays for y'all too. I will say this, in case life does life again and we don't get that episode to y'all, tune in live. My Guys Podcast on TikTok. We are actively getting more social so we can get more engagement. We got Instagram coming soon. We're going to be more active on YouTube, especially on TikTok. Definitely, I will be live if I can go live this Sunday on the pod. But I will definitely have some posts with the check 'em outs and everything that we got going on. So y'all tune in, man.
We're doing that through the My Guys Pod TikTok, right?
100%.
Okay. Because we got our personal TikToks. You got the PJ Alfred. Y'all see it on the screen.
Indeed.
Right over there. Y'all see it right there.
I'm Look at Kaiju
Extra
number 8.
One.
About to uppercut it.
That's my TikTok too, by the way. Y'all can follow my TikTok, Extra One, and Twitch.
Indeed. Y'all tap in. Hit us up. Questions, comments. We here. We just want to help. We out.
Yeah.